The Special Forces Qualification Course, SFQC, or, informally, the Q Course is the initial formal training program for entry into the United States Army Special Forces. Phase 1 of the Q Course is Special Forces Assessment and Selection, SFAS. Getting selected at SFAS will enable a candidate to continue to the next of the 4 phases. If a candidate completes all phases, they will graduate as a Special Forces qualified soldier and then, generally, be assigned to a 12-man Operational Detachment A, ODA, commonly known as an A team. The length of the Q course changes depending on the applicant's primary job field within Special Forces and their assigned foreign language capability, but will usually last between 56 and 95 weeks. Special Forces Preparation Course. This 6 weeks performance-oriented course includes physical conditioning, map reading, and land navigation instruction, land navigation practical exercises, and common task training. The goal is to prepare and condition 18X and RAP-63 National Guard soldiers to attend Special Forces Assessment and Selection Course and the follow-on Special Forces Qualification Course. Special Forces Assessment and Selection, SFAS. A version of SFAS was introduced as a selection mechanism in the mid-1980s by the Commanding General of the John F. Kennedy Special Warfare Center and School at the time, Brigadier General James Guest. Soldiers have 2 ways to volunteer to attend SFAS. As an existing soldier in the U.S. Army with the enlisted rank of E3, Private First Class, or higher, and for officers the rank of O2, First Lieutenant, promotable to O3, Captain, or existing O3s. Initial accession or IA, where an individual who has no prior military service or who's separated from military service first attends Infantry 1 Station Unit Training, OSUT, the combination of basic combat training and advanced individual training, airborne school, and a preparation course to prepare for SFAS. This program is commonly referred to as the X-ray program, derived from 18X. The candidates in this program are known as X-rays. Active Duty and National Guard components offer Special Forces initial accession programs. The Active Duty program is referred to as the 18X program because of the initial entry code on the assignment orders. Training at SFAS. The first phase of the Special Forces Qualification Course is Special Forces Assessment and Selection, SFAS, consisting of 24 days of training at Camp Mackle. SFAS includes numerous long-distance land navigation courses. All land navigation courses are conducted day and night under heavy loads of equipment, in varied weather conditions, and rough hilly terrain. Land navigation work is done individually with no assistance from instructors or fellow students, and is accomplished within a time limit. Each land navigation course has its maximum time limit reduced as the course moves along, and is upwards of 12 miles, 19 kilometers, each. Instructors evaluate candidates by using obstacle course runs, team events including moving heavy loads such as telephone poles and old Jeep trucks through sand as a 12-man team, the Army Physical Fitness Test, APFT, a swim assessment, and numerous psychological exams such as IQ tests and the Defense Language Aptitude Battery, DLAB, test. The final event is a road march of up to 32 miles, 51 kilometers, known as the Track or Long Range Individual Movement, LRIM. Selection outcomes. Quitters are voluntarily withdrawn, VW, by the course cadre and are generally designated NTR or not to return. This generally ends any opportunity to become a Special Forces soldier. Active duty military candidates will be returned to their previous units, and IA-18X candidates will be retrained into a new MOS based upon the needs of the Army. Medically dropped, and not subsequently medically discharged, are often permitted to recycle and attempt the course as soon as they are able. Candidates completing the course, but who are boarded and not selected, non-select, are generally allowed to attend selection again in 12 or 24 months. After selection at SFAS, all active duty enlisted and IA-18X candidates will be briefed on the 5 Special Forces active duty groups. The 4 Special Forces Military Occupational Specialties, MOS, were initially open to them. The languages are spoken in each Special Forces group. Candidates complete a wish list. Enlisted candidates rank the available MOS 18B, 18C, 18D, 18E in order of preference. Officer candidates will attend the 18A course. Both enlisted and officer candidates list in order of preference the SF groups in which they prefer to serve, 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 10th, and the languages in which they prefer to be trained. Language selection is dependent on the Defense Language Aptitude Battery (DLAB) test scores of the candidate, as well as the SF group to which they are assigned. Different SF groups focus on different areas of responsibility (AOR), which require different languages. A board assigns each enlisted and officer candidate their MOS, group placement, and language. The MOS, group, and language a selected candidate is assigned are not guaranteed and are contingent upon the needs of the Special Forces community. Generally, 80% of selected candidates are awarded their primary choices. Successful active duty candidates usually return to their previous units to await a slot in the Special Forces qualification course. Because an initial accession IA-18X candidate lacks a previous unit, they will normally enter the Q course immediately. All SF trainees must complete the United States Army Airborne School before beginning Phase 2 of the Q course.